One thing I realize about yes, me again. One thing I realize about myself is that I'm a natural influencer. Like I always influence people, and people always want to copy me. And I, at first, I didn't like people copy me. I get ignorant. I get dark. But now I realize that even me copy people. Like there's nothing new under the sun, you know. So everybody copies somebody, but it's a difference when you just copy somebody or when you're inspired by somebody, you know. And I know recently start to learn the difference, right? So I realized that because I've been telling people like like people who are around me who know I'm celibate. It's like it's new to them or it's strange to them. But anytime I mention a guy cute or I would date that one or I would like that man, I find they tend to act like it had to be something special about that man because why should you wait so long to be with a man? And I'm like, why people think of me like I don't know if that is a good thing or a bad thing. But this is the third time this happened since last month. I said to somebody I like a man right now should they end up with that same man because they didn't stop till they get that man. I say that to a friend of mine too, you know, but that one, the man didn't like that one. And I say that recently, and this is what I'm talking about. And the girl I said that to, I really, it's not my friend, it's just somebody who was around. I was like, shit, don't you know what I mean? So yeah, so when I said that, she had a man, right? And when I said that, it's like she was like, she in love, she could like she wanna leave your man whatnot. So I told her a story. You know, I remember when I was younger. You know, I had a boyfriend. My boyfriend was shorter than me. I was always tall. He had plenty tattoo and he bleached out. And everywhere we go, people just think he's my little brother, or people just say he not fit. He don't fit me. You know, but when he open his mouth, he's very funny. He always make people laugh, and people always tend to draw to him. But that is when they take time to get to know him. If otherwise from that people judge him based on how you look and just society just push him out and just like oh he not look he cran in Jamaica they say he cranny he bleach out tattoo and people just see him like a thug like you know what I mean but he was really funny to me. He was really cool and he really stimulated my brain and I was like I just so in love. And then I had a friend who was telling me she was the one who was influencing me every day that this person is not good for me, right? However, there was a new boy who come on the block who he was my height. He was he went to gym, he played football, he was perfect. And when my friend was influencing me to talk to him, right? And when people see me and that new boy, everybody was like, oh my god, you guys match, whatever. We look good together. We just look good together. However, I end up leaving my boyfriend, my funny boyfriend, for the new boy, right? And then it end up just to cut the lip. I don't want to go too long in this story, but that boy wasn't shit. The new boy was toxic. He was the worst. Well, not worst, the worst, but one of the worst. And I end up losing the best thing that ever happened to me at that time. And because I misjudged it because it didn't come in the proper package because of that person because that if you see that man now that man real sexy but then he wasn't rich enough. He didn't have much to show. I couldn't bring him home to my family. Everybody would have judged me and I end up lose the best one of the best you know and every day I regret that. And it's so happy. I so happy that me and that person could still remain friend. Me and the boy, me and my ex who I left is still friend. The boy who I left him for, a man is not friend, and that is what I told my friend. I'm like, now because I find this person attractive, that doesn't mean you're gonna give up what you have for that because you never really know. And the next thing too what I started to do is I'm so authentic, I'm raw, but I start to keep back some of those stuff back to myself. Like before, I usually never talk at all, but since I come to Trinidad, well, not before, I think it way before that, but I break out of my shell and I was just become this outspoken person. Just what I mean. But now I feel like I want to go back into that because I realize how much. of an influence I am, and I don't want to influence people wrong, you know, in the wrong way, and I don't want people to just because remember I single, you can't just I be like, oh, this man attractive, you gonna feel like, oh, but you never say that about my boyfriend because you with him, so I'm not gonna ever say that you with the man. But you gonna say that about a man you not with, or I not with, because like you know what I mean. That don't mean you're supposed to give up your man. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. I just this is just like update to what really going on in my life right now. And yeah, I know I'm gonna buy my weed and I'm heading home. Okay, bye.